as a red flare goes off to my right in the Armenian home end. We're just about ready for action in this Group D qualifier. If you've given Wales the option of 2 wins from the last 2 games at the start of this group, I'm sure they would have taken that. And Rob Page, as expected in many ways, has gone for the side that beat Croatia. No changes, which means Brennan Johnson on the bench. So Wales have Danny Ward in goal, Connor Robertson, Nico Williams, the wing-backs, Chris Mepham, Joe Rodon, and the captain, Ben Davies. Then in midfield, the effective partnership with Ethan Ampadu and Jordan James. Then Harry Wilson and David Brooks playing either side of Kiefer Moore. Armenia have Onyeng Chankcharovic in goal, the crossback, Artunian, Haroyan, Kalisir and Teknesian, although we think the way they warmed up they may be playing wing back, so we shall see. Maybe the Chakchun, the midfield player, will drop into the back line. Edward Spurzian, the attacking midfield player, cited by Ben Davies last night as their key player, will be in the midfield along with Ugochukwu Iwu. And then up front, well, we know all about Lucas Zelarayan and Grant Leon Ranos. They scored 2 goals each in Cardiff in that sensational Armenia win over Wales, and they're accompanied today by Artak Dashian. As I said, the referee is Benoit Bastien of France. Wales are all in white tonight with red numbers. The dusk is just about setting here in Yerevan. If I look above me to my left, I can see the big old flats, three tower blocks of flats and 2 in the distance, and overlooking this stadium, a big TV tower which is shining in the dark sky, and the crowd will tell you we are about to kick off. Remember, Armenia on 7 points, Wales and Croatia on 10 points, Turkey already qualified on 16 points. Armenia must win to keep alive their hopes as well, and Wales know 2 wins from tonight and Turkey at home on Tuesday will guarantee them a place in the Euro 2024 Championship Finals. We are underway here in Yerevan. Wales playing from left to right, and Armenia attacking down their right hand side. Ball is headed out for a goal kick, and it does look, Nathan Blake, as if Armenia are going to play with Haroivan, the Armenia captain, in a back 3.
Yeah, they look to be evening everyone. They look to be playing a very similar system to what Wales are. That's 3 or 5 at the back, a couple of holding midfielders and 3 attackers. If I remember rightly, Rob, in that first game, Spurzian and Iwu especially done really well. Spurzian with that, creativity, and Iwu managed to break up or intercept an awful lot of Welsh ball.
He's on the ball now, Iwu, and now the ball goes back to Chankcharovic, helps it out to the near side. Artunian is on this side. This ball forward is blocked, so a throw in. As I said, we're level with the penalty spot in the Armenia penalty area. So it's in the gloom, in the distance is Danny Ward standing well outside his penalty box as Armenia switch play out to the right hand side. Breaking out of defence is Dashian. Dashian goes back to the big number 3, who is Varazat Harayan. He's the captain. Wide out to that right hand side, bouncing Armenia fans behind him, and there are about 10 or 12 tiers of seats in this rather open stadium. By no means every seat full, and if I look behind me, there are still people trying to get into this stadium. It's edged back to Ward from the edge of the Wales penalty area, and Ward clears up for a throw, and it's 0-0. And we played 2 minutes here on BBC Radio Wales Sport.
Danny Ward taking no chances there. Nice and simple. Don't want to give any unnecessary confidence to your opponent. Just clear your lines, Rob.
And you expect Armenia to come up with a flourish, don't you, Nathan?
Yeah, they need to win the game, Rob. Don't get me wrong, I don't expect them to go gun-ho right from the get-go, but they need to attack, they need to score goals, they need to win the game, as do Wales. So I'd expect it to be a tight affair for 10-15 minutes, and then second half especially, I expect this game to really open up, because a draw is no good. You've got to go for it, which bodes well for a really exciting game.
Only 3 of these players play their football in Armenia as they drive forward. Good tackle though by Davis, thwarts progress down that Armenia right. It's into Iwu. Iwu heads towards the touchline, goes back to Chalisier. He plays his football in Sweden. And Haroyan, the captain, wearing the light green armband, across to the left-hand side. And Zalarayan has scored twice. Can't get the ball forward, but at the expense of a throw-in down the near side for Wales. Good tackle by Connor Roberts. Ampadu tries to get involved in the action. James does. Not cleared by the Welsh defence. Zalarayan goes right out to Tignatsian. Tignatsian into the penalty area. Nico Williams slips and then chips the crossover well over the top of the crossbar. Maybe it came off Nico Williams, because it's out for the game's first corner. We played 4 minutes, it's 0-0. So Wales have to defend the first corner from the Armenia right in front of the red wall. Bit of a delay while the referee sorts out 1 or 2 little arm wrestles in the Wales penalty area. 2 out there for this corner. 2 Welsh defenders out there as well. Nico Williams is one of them on that left-hand side. Looks like it's going to be swung in though. It is swung into the near post, headed up in the air. Ward thinks about coming, doesn't. It's not cleared from the edge of the Wales penalty area. And it's in! It's a goal for Armenia! Wales are behind! A shot from the edge of the box! And Zalarayan flipped it through a crowded box. It's an awful start for Wales. It's Armenia 1, Wales 0. We've played barely 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a dangerous ball from that corner. Whipped in, Rob, with a lot of pace. It's dipping. Wales weren't able to clear their lines very well. Ball went up in the air, and as you said, Danny Ward thought of coming. He dropped the Zalarayan, and it was a good touch to be fair. Dropped his shoulder, took the ball in his right hand side and just fired it low down to Danny Ward's left hand side. A really good finish, but a terrible start for Wales.
Danny Gavidon.
Well, as you say, guys, not exact start that we're kind of looking for, is it? And just disappointed not to deal with that kind of second phase of the corner. I think Armenia have actually started the game really well. They've controlled possession, obviously forced that corner, and to not deal with that kind of second phase and to allow a player to kind of run across the 18-yard box. Don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic finish, but I think it was Ethan Ampadu was probably the closest in attendance there. He'd be disappointed to allow that shot to get away, really. But not the ideal start, guys, but look, there's still plenty of time to come back into this. But you have to say Armenia have started the game pretty well. That's exactly what they were looking for.
Here's Kiefer Moore into the Armenian penalty area, clips the ball across, nobody there, no white shirt, hooked away. Armenia have something to hold on to now. Crowd really excited. Crowd still coming in the gates behind.
Yeah, it's still a good couple of hundred behind us, Rob. Still quite heavy queues. That's a terrible start for Wales.
Lucas Zalarayan, 3 goals for Armenia, all against Wales. Connor Roberts with a long throw into the Armenia penalty area. It's headed out to the edge of the box. Wales got a shot in just over the top. They want a corner, but I don't think Chancerovic got a hand to that.
Just dropped the Brooks, didn't it? Long throw in. bit of a melee, drops. Just uses his instep, just couldn't keep the ball under control and get into the bar, but positive from Wales. Like I said, Rob, didn't expect an early goal in this game, but you know what it does, it opens the game right up now.
First time that Wales have conceded in first half in 6 internationals. Previous 5, they were clean sheets at the interval. Now they have work to do. Now their Euro 2024 campaign hopes are on the line. The good thing is there's an awful long way to go, but they've got to build into this game quickly, because Armenia, who've lost their last 3 and haven't won in the last 4, have definitely started this game in superior fashion.
Well, that'll give them confidence also, Rob. What Wales have to do now is they have to find a rhythm really quickly, get into this game and create a few opportunities themselves, swing the momentum their way.
Yes, they did this to Croatia, didn't they, Wales?
Absolutely.
Throwing to Wales just down their left-hand side, level with their penalty area. There's an Armenia player down in the distance, but let's go for Wrexham. Team news from Brynlaw.
2 changes for the Wrexham starting 11 here at Accrington Stanley this afternoon. Paul Mullin comes back into the side after completing suspension. Jordan Davis also starts. Big question mark about who plays at left wing back, with both McLean and Mendy away on international duty.
Okay, commentary on FM in the north. Wales trying to make something down this right-hand side. David Brooks just offside. Kiefer Moore was being well patrolled, then outnumbered when the big man got the ball. Let's head off now to Mansfield, where Newport are playing. Team news from Phil Marsh.
1 change for Newport County since their goal to straw last weekend against MK Dons. James Waite comes in with Matt Baker on Wales under-21s international duty, and former Cardiff defender Aidan Flint captains the home side in this League 2 game.
Commentary on FM in the Newport area, 95.9. The rest is Wales-Armenia, and Wales are trailing 1-0. Lucas Zalarayan, one of the tormentors in Cardiff, has opened the game in fine style, firing home from the edge of the penalty area, and Wales immediately with their backs against the wall. A phrase Ben Davis used to describe this campaign on times. Trying to get a few passes together, not seen too much of the front line yet. And they won't like with that, as Amadou curls the ball forward without really looking who was there.
It's that rhythm you're looking for, Rob. That's what I'm talking about. You know, 6, 7, 8 passes, ending in a good attack. Give Wales a bit of confidence at the moment. Just not able to do it.
Shankcharovic hits it long. Roden gets his head under it. Amadou looking to win the second ball, and he does. They're complaining maybe that Ranos was fouled then. Brantley on Ranos. But no foul given, and the ball is back to Onyen Shankcharovic, the Armenia goalkeeper. Shankcharovic clips it forward left-footed, headed inside, but those are players there, including Roden. Davis across to Williams. He's got 2 up against him though. Waits for the ball to drop. Plays it back deeper to Davis, the Wales captain. Thinks about trying to dribble out the penalty, instead goes square to Danny Ward. Hoists it long. Nowhere near though. A Wales player now may break for Brooks, moving inside in his own half. Finds Wilson in space. Wilson looks for the runner, keeper Moore. Moore chests it down, can't find Brooks. And hooked away by the Armenia captain Harayan.
Yeah, just looked to get caught in 2 minds there, Kiefer. You know, whether to chest it forward or take a touch and try and hit it. He was at the edge of the box. In the end, done neither.
Roberts with the throw, midway inside the Armenia half. Wilson comes short, takes a touch on his knee, gets it back from Moore. Brooks wide on this right side. Wilson makes a run towards the edge of the box, clips it in, can't find a white shirt, breaks to Wilson, heads it down. But Brooks gave the ball away. Wales keep the pressure on, those sliding intervention by Mepham. Feeds Ampadu. Now Jordan James of Birmingham City. Davis wide to Nico Williams. He's one of the two players on 2 bookings. Williams thinks about crossing right-footed. Goes back to James. James, crossfield ball to Mepham along the deck. Roberts is wide on this near side. Has to go back inside again. Roden, every player bar Danny Ward in the Armenia half at the moment, as Wales look to strike back, trailing 1-0 here on BBC Radio World Sport. Darting run by Williams, gets pulled down, free kick Wales. And he felt that.
Yeah, he did. Still down, Rob.
Nathan Blake alongside me. 13 minutes gone. Armenia lead 1-0. It's a Wales free kick. Just not quite level with the Armenia penalty area. Big men are up from the back. Roden and Ben Davis. Mepham is there as well. Plenty of height in that Wales front line as this free kick is delivered from the left hand side. Got to stay onside. It's played in now. Headed out, picked up by Brooks. Brooks just inside the penalty area. Goes on a little weaving run to the byline. Tries to get the ball across. Keeps it in. Flicked it across. Well, looked out that time, I have to say. Fans in front of us thought that as well.
Yeah, I'm not complaining, Rob. It was out. Lovely bit of skill by Brooks, though. Lovely little Cruyff turn and attacking the defender.
Ball back into the Armenia penalty area. Iwu almost caught by Wilson. Ampadu follows up, can't hold possession though. Plenty of red shirts back. Chalasia comes away with it, hoisted forward for the run of Ranos. Ranos is well patrolled though, and the ball is with Ward, and it's still 1-0 Armenia. 15 minutes gone, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, it just sees Wales slowly building into it, Rob.
James looks at the run of Moore in behind. Haroyan gets there, but Moore holds him off, plays it across. Chance here for Williams to shoot. Takes the deflection wide.
So unfortunate. Kiefer Moore just wouldn't come down for him. And then he was thinking, right, I'm going to play Harry Wilson in. That pass wasn't really on. Ball kind of got stuck under his feet there, Rob. As you say, Nico Williams close behind Wilson. Just lined himself up, tried to bend it, right-footed. Now that the keeper's left, it just caught a deflection.
Corner to Wales, their first corner. It's come after 16 minutes. They're trailing 1-0 here in Yerevan. Wilson with this corner from the right-hand side. Swung in, left-footed. Headed up in the air. Not too far away from the 6-yard box. Chance of Wales to turn. Set up for Brooks. Shoots deflected by 2 Armenian players and kept in on that far side. And the home side will bring the ball away. And it's out for a throw. They're defending well at the moment, Nathan Blake, Armenia.
Yeah, well, it's easy, Rob, at the moment. Getting everyone behind the ball. Wales are just looking for that, one moment where someone switches off and they get in behind. Got some kids stood up in front of us now waving their flag.
Good job there's only a fire engine in front of where they are.
Yeah.
And just looking there's 2 physios have run onto the pitch.
Yeah, I think they're coming across for Kiefer.
Yeah.
Seems to be on the side of the pitch.
Having a word with the referee. Danny Gabardon, what have you made of the opening 16 minutes?
I think exactly what Blakey's saying, Rob. I think we're coming into the game now. I think Armenia did a really good job. They come out of the blocks really quick from the kick-off. They forced pressure on Wales. They just put Wales out of their rhythm with their possession. It was a little bit panicky from us. They've obviously got that first goal, but I think you're seeing Wales grow into the game now. I think there's spaces for Wales to kind of exploit. We haven't really created anything clear-cut yet, but I think the boys are just starting to kind of settle into the game now, and they're starting to get those kind of passing movements kind of going and stuff, and they're starting to figure things out. So hopefully we can get ourselves back into this game pretty quickly.
Long way to go. 17 minutes gone, 1-0 Armenia. Lucas Zelarayan plays his football with Columbus Crew in America. Kiefer Moore still having treatment off the pitch. He wanted to come back on, but the referee's not happy about something. The referee might have a cut on his face. We don't have a monitor here, and
we're about 4 miles away from the pitch. Also, Rob.
Yeah.
And both of us wearing glasses doesn't help either.
Good job I brought my best glasses.
Yeah, I think he's got a bloody nose, Rob.
He has, yeah. You didn't see that from here, I know.
Oh, I did. I got my glasses, my thick ones on.
Good challenge on the edge of the box, but it's still not cleared by the Wales defence. The back three so far have not looked too sure of themselves. That's better from Roden, and Moore hooks it around for Brooks, but he's not going to get to that. Played back by Artunian, but then a mistake. Seized upon by Wilson. Wilson plays in, looking for Moore, but Harayan got there first.
Yeah, Moore's got to read that though for me, Rob. It's a lovely little bit of anticipation from Harry Wilson. Skips around defender, plays a ball inside. I think Kiefer's on his way to goal. Still a lot of work to do.
They're stretching this Welsh defence at the moment. Plenty of numbers there on the Wales left, including Davis, who chips it up to Wilson. Surely he was bundled over by Andre Chalisier, who has an Armenian mum, born in Sweden, never played in Armenia, and as I said, only 3 of the starting lineup actually played for Armenian teams. The rest are spread around Europe. Ryan slides in on Moore. Getting the better keeper Moore at the moment.
Yeah, he is, Rob. He's just going to have to concentrate a little. I thought Kiefer was thinking I'm going to go down for a foul there before he thought of the ball. The tackle came in. I thought he could have got up and won that. Been in good possession inside or just on the outside of the 18-yard box, but he's sort of looking for a foul there.
Chalisier slides the ball down the left side, and Williams tried to intercept it. It's a long-range shot, goes wide, but they're getting too many of those opportunities when they're running at the Wales defence,
and it's
particularly down Nico Williams' side.
That's what I was just about to say. It's all down there, right, our left, and that's about the third occasion I've seen Nico Williams either caught out of position or slipping.
That was Technesian who had the shot then. Here's Wilson, bit of space in the midfield, plenty of red shirts in front of him. Wales attacked on that left side, cross into the box. More header, always going wide.
It's unlucky. They're right behind that, Rob, as the cross comes in. Kiefer, really good timing. Be disappointed he hasn't hit the target from there. Got to use all his power in that neck. Those neck muscles really straining, but gets a good head on it, just can't get it on target.
I think Chancerovic was too bothered. He just stood by his post and glared at the ball as it went past. This is Iwu, but Wales have pressed well then. Wilson, he's tackled by Harayan, who's been a hero in that Armenia defence in the opening 21 minutes. This is Iwu on halfway. Wales have never beaten Armenia. They drew 2-2 here in March 2001. Then Armenia got a draw in the return game at the Millennium Stadium, which was Wales' 500th game. John Hartson scored twice out here, but I don't think it was in this stadium where that game was played. I was here, but I can't remember too much about it.
No, it wasn't. Some friends of mine.
Yeah.
Well, Stevie Les sent me some pictures today of the old stadium, Rob. No grass on that one.
No.
No cover either.
No, at least we are covered, although there's no hint of rain. There has been rain in Yerevan last couple of days, as Wales look to grow into this game, having suffered an early setback. Reminder that they have to win both games to be guaranteed top spot in Group D. Croatia are playing tonight against Latvia. Alternatively, if they don't win, they have to equal Croatia's points tally from their final 2 games. Now they're on the attack. Roberts, can he keep the ball in? He can't. Crossfield ball just a little too strong for the Burnley right back. But he's getting forward a little bit more now. 52nd cap for Connor Roberts. Bright orange boots today. Actually, maybe more like pink boots, as we're in the pink city, as they call it, because of the colour of the stone buildings here. And only certain cities can carry off pink, Nathan Blake. 1-0 Armenia on Radio Welsh Sport, your home of Welsh sport. And Wales with plenty of problems at the moment, yet to really threaten a breakthrough of their own. Kiefer Moore header wide and a David Brooks shot blocked. Roberts takes a long throw. Moore waits for it to bounce on this near side. The Wales right, and it's run away from Moore off the turf. Very short grass. And the ball boy takes his time. He's going to throw it from one ball boy to another. But Chancerovic has a match ball. Haroyan splits one way. And Artunian splits the other. Back to Chancerovic. They're slowing it right down now. They started off in a real frenzy, did Armenia. Got the goal. But now it's being played at their pace. Spurzian, the midfield player, picked up on this near side by Zelarian, the goal scorer.
This is where they're finding joy with the switch, Rob, from left to right.
Iwu, approached by Ampadu. And the Wales press works that time because it's forced to go forward, and Ben Davis collects easily. Roden let the ball slip past his body.
Yeah, it's working more often than not now, the press, Rob, at the right time. You've not seen a lot from Armenia in and around the 18-yard box of Wales.
Ryan bundles into the back of Kiefer Moore again. Referee's having a word with Zella Ryan, actually. That's about the second or third time Ryan has made his presence felt illegally. Here's Roberts. Oh, terrible ball in field, cut out by Iwu. James tries to ensure Spurgeon doesn't make anything of it. Yet to really find their rhythm, Nathan Blake.
No, it's like fits and starts, Rob. And you think, okay, they've got them on a bit of on the ropes a little. They just seem to make a few mistakes, Wales. It's nothing that Armenia are doing well. It's just that Wales, like you say, just need to find that rhythm. They're not going to get every pass right, but, you know, high percentage you'd expect from Wales.
Good play by Jordan James. Hooks it past Iwu to drift down this right-hand side. Plays it back inside to Ampadu. Ampadu already under pressure, but turns. Finds Roden in the centre circle. Davis peels out to the left. Roden threads it to him now. Williams is further left on that left wing. In between is Wilson. Wilson goes back a few yards. And they start again from the halfway line with Mepham. Mepham has Roberts wide on this right side. The near side. Poor ball from Brooks back to Connor Roberts. That's what's happening. Poor pass is just interfering with the rhythm of the Wales play.
Yeah, that urgency, you can see when the ball goes out to Rob Page, he's so urgent, retrieving the ball, trying to get that into the players, urgency.
And there was an accidental collision over there. Let's bring in Danny Gabbard on. Danny, 27 minutes gone. Wales have got their problems here.
Well, they have, but it has been a lot better since the goal. You know, as Blakey mentioned there, I don't think Armenia have done too much since the goal. I think we have good control of the game now. I think what you're seeing from Armenia now is they're just dropping a little bit deeper, not pressing so high. They're trying to be a little bit more compact, so then it becomes about Wales then and how good they are in possession of the football. And at the minute, when we're getting into the kind of final third, it's just that final pass that's been a little bit sloppy. We haven't really created too much of note. So that's where we need to kind of get better. I think Kiefer Moore, if we can keep him in the game, I think he's got the better of Ryan. He's got the legs on him, but he just hasn't really got him into the right situation yet. So for me, still no need to kind of panic. I think we're controlling the game well, but we do need to be a little bit more assured, a little bit better in possession of the football.
Ball called forward by Roberts. Little nudge from Harayan, and Kiefer Moore looks angrily at the referee. He's not going to get anything for that. Chalasiers popped up on this left-hand side, drives it downfield, right-footed. Roden watches that go up for a throw-in. Reminder that we're here at the Republican Stadium in Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, and we're also in Panteg Football Club, just outside Cumbraen in the Gwent Valleys, the home of Danny Gabidon. He's buying everybody a drink, bless him.
No.
Yeah, I know.
That would be historic.
Wilson tried to play the ball in behind the Armenia defence then, almost worked. Chancerovic is with now hurried into the clearance, headed down by Mepham for Brooks, his Bournemouth teammate. It's Brooks tries to go around the corner, but that was good play by Technician, who watched the ball out for Artunian. The Krasnodar player was strong enough to see the ball out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I was expecting David Brooks to get round that Artunian there. Were you, Rob? I have to say, he defended that really well.
He did.
Nice and patient. Didn't panic at all.
The crowd making a bit of noise on the far side, but they're not exactly, it's not exactly hostile at the moment. Oh, there we are. Off goes the firecracker. Not exactly hostile until I say that.
Commentator's curse, huh?
Yeah, there we are. Sorry, I've got them going. No, apologies. Didn't mean to upset them.
Yeah.
Bang on cue. Thanks a lot, boys and girls.
It's not very hostile. Boom.
Yeah.
And you jumped as well.
The first Armenian front must have heard me. That's the flag on the far side that we're sat opposite. The red wall to our left behind Danny Ward's goal. They've got a long way to look at the if there is a Wales goal in this first half. Who knows? Moore picks up the ball which is floated forward, gets support from Brooks, slightly behind David Brooks. Aronian barges in, but Wales keep possession with Connor Roberts. Looks for the runner, Nico Williams, can't find him. Ampadu slides in, wins the challenge. Referee says it was unfair. It's a foul, but I don't think he's going to get booked, Ethan Ampadu.
No, it wasn't malicious, Rob. He just come round the opposite side trying to win the ball. He had anticipated it, probably just caught a bit of the man before the ball, but hasn't been that type of game, in fairness.
Should remind you that Chris Mepham and Nico Williams are on 2 yellow cards in this tournament. If they get a third, they will be ruled out of the game against Turkey, live on BBC Radio Wales on Tuesday. That will be a heck of a night, providing Wales can get back into this one. They're trailing 1-0. Mepham in. Mepham
That might be a booking.
Straight in on Zella Ryan. He's being pulled aside by the referee. Is it going to be a yellow card for Chris Mepham? It is, and Chris Mepham is ruled out of the game against Turkey on Tuesday night. Went straight through Zella Ryan.
It was a silly challenge, Rob. Absolutely silly challenge.
Tom Lockyer, get yourself in game mode.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, look where the foul's committed.
Yeah. 5 yards inside the Armenian half. Zellerain going nowhere. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, yeah. So you've got to box a bit clever. You know, you win tonight. What a game to miss.
Yeah.
I know it happens in games. Listen, I've probably done it myself. Well, I never used to tackle, so I doubt it. But, you know, after what you've just seen with Ethan Ampadu, the referee's kind of let one go. The last thing you do is go flying in from behind, trying to hurt somebody.
Technician, back to Artunian. Chancerovic gets good height on the clearance. Roden's under it. Returned by Iwu. Oh, Mepham held back a player then, but here comes Ranos. Ranos tries to clip it through a crowd of Welsh players. Wales emerge with the ball. James now out to Wilson, needs support. There's a Welsh player down on the edge of the penalty area.
I think it's Ampadu.
I think it is. Davis carries on, looks for Moore, whose header is misjudged.
Nepham shouldn't be panicking in that situation. He's so fortunate there, Rob. He's clearly pulled the man back. He's just been booked. He's held the attacker back. He's lucky not to receive a second yellow for that.
Yes, I think it's just been warned by the referee how lucky he was. Referee Benoit.
Think you've got to get your mind in gear, engage in the game, concentration.
It's just not been a very satisfactory Wales performance so far. They're trailing 1-0. And it's not working for them because Rob Page has said in the week that he does have attacking resources on the bench with Daniel James and of course Brennan Johnson, but at the moment their problems aren't so much in attack, it's feeding the attack and trying to contain Armenia when they break. Spurgeon, lovely ball forward into midfield, but that time there are men there. One of those, Ampadu, slips and wins the free kick.
Yes, Spurgeon just put a bit of pressure on him.
This is Jordan James. Roberts just inside his own half on the right hand side. Plays it back in field to Ampadu in the centre circle, approached by Ewo. Picks out Wilson. Wilson's finding gaps between the lines.
Yeah, he needs runners then, Rob. That's where, if you look at David Brooks, he's going inside a lot. But they're playing, really good. They're really well marshalled from front to back, Armenia.
Yeah.
They move forward together, they drop off together. Wales aren't able to find any spaces at this moment in time.
Davis and Nico Williams had a promising burst down that left side, but they're giving the ball away. And all they get out of that is an Armenia throw by their right corner flag. 35 minutes gone. Wales trailing 1-0. Haven't threatened too much either, you'd have to say. And Danny Gabadon. I mean, the Chris Mepham booking, rolling him out of Turkey on Tuesday.
Yeah, silly one really, because Chris just needs to use his head there. You got to know when you're playing against these kind of teams as well, where they're going to have any opportunity, they're going to go down and kind of draw fouls, and that's just one where you've got to put the brakes on early. The ball's going into a player's feet, his back's away from goal. You just got to keep your space there, and he's overzealous, he's a bit over aggressive, and as Blake said, they're really lucky as well. Could have easily been given a second yellow straight after with a pull back as well. So just needs to play with a little bit more concentration, a little bit more focus, and totally agree, runners are the key as well. If you look at Wales when they played against Croatia, the likes of Harry Wilson, David Brooks are making those runs in behind. Kiefer Moore was staying a bit more central. Kiefer's doing a lot of work in channel areas at the minute, and the two number 10s playing in behind, they're just sitting in the pockets. One of those two needs to start making runs in behind as well, and keep Kiefer a little bit more central where he can do his work in a bit more effective areas. So at the minute, we don't really look like we're going to score a goal. We've got control of the game a bit better now, but the attacking side of our game, we haven't really got that going yet, so that's something an area that needs to improve.
Alexander Petrakov, the former Ukraine coach, of course, is having the better of Rob Page at the moment.
I think they're inside too early for me. Both Harry Wilson and Brooksy, they're playing either side of Kiefer too early.
And then Ryan nips in ahead of Moore then.
He's doing that a lot, winning a lot of ball against Kiefer.
Rob Page grabs the ball as it comes out for an Armenian throw. Petrakov, we saw how wily he was with the Ukraine, of course, in that World Cup playoff final. Wales got there, but thanks to Gareth Bale. But they were a doughty side.
This is where you need a runner, right, Rob?
Yeah,
that's exactly the time we need a runner. And now look, one of the holding midfielders is doing it, and that's fine. Ethan Ampadu make the run, JJ make the run, but someone has to.
Brooks, that's a lovely ball out on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Nico Williams in field. There's one for Wilson! Pushed away by Chancharovic. Wales' best move and their best chance, and it's pushed away for a corner.
Yeah, great effort. Good run in behind again. Well, for the first time we've seen it. Like you say, Harry Wilson set himself lovely. But equally, very good save.
Wilson takes the corner from the right-hand side. 2 goals against Croatia. Can he set one up here? Wilson floats it into the 6-yard box. Keeper got a touch. Keeper fouled according to the referee.
Yeah, he does well there, Jančarović. But for me, I'd love to see someone just at that near post. Just whip it in or just clip it in. Just try and win that first ball. Create all sorts of havoc in behind then.
It was a good save from Wilson. Parried it. Wilson caught it beautifully inside left position. He looks the one, doesn't he, Wilson? If anybody's going to breach this Armenian back line, it's Harry Wilson.
Yeah, I think him and Brooks, if you get into the game properly, you know.
Davis, that's better. Up to Moore central. Wide to Brooks, right on side, just edge of the penalty area. Trying to flick it through to Davis, who continued his run, cleared away. Wales need to finish this first half with a flourish. They're trying now. 6 minutes to the break. They're trailing 1-0. Lucas Zelarayan after just 5 minutes. Ampadu in midfield. Looks at the run of Roberts on this near side. Roberts heads it back inside. Brooks wasn't there that time. And now Zelarayan will try to lead a speedy counter-attack. James is passed by Spurzian. Spurzian down the left-hand side, cuts into the Wales penalty area, but between them, James and Mepham deal with that. Nice play by Jordan James, actually swapped passes with Roberts and just overhits the second ball, but they got out of that defensive conundrum pretty well.
Yeah, and if you've got the likes of Brooks like that move there, just a moment or so ago inside, Rob, you want Connor Roberts coming up, you know, on the outside, made a great run, knocked the ball down. But then it's Mepham. Mepham, that's when he needs to be tight up the backside of the striker. You don't want him turning there because it creates all sorts of problems. That's when he needs to be tight and give away that easy foul. That's not going to get you a book in. Just a little shove or something. Or just jockey him and let him play backwards.
Long throw by Roberts. Moore heads it back in field. Oh, he went to ground then. Keeper Moore caught. He's still down. Play continues until it's knocked out on the far side. To be fair to Armenia, I'm not sure I would have stopped then.
No, I think it was as they both went up to the ball. And I think as they came down,
I think Artunia may have landed on him. As I said, we don't have a monitor here.
I don't think he meant it.
No.
There's no animosity in the challenge. It's just, like you say, they both went up for the ball. And as he's come down, just landed on his ankle a bit, or on his foot.
4.5 minutes to go to half-time, plus added time, Nathan Blake. What do you think is in Rob Page's mind at the moment?
I'm going to have to make changes if this don't step up a level or two. I think you need to understand now, when you're attacking, they're defending with 9, sometimes 10 players. They're not going to give you that space, I don't think, down the middle. I think the key to getting some opportunities is getting the ball wide, and whether that's the Harry Wilson, the Brooks staying wide and then attacking, or moving inside at the right time and letting the wing backs attack and put the crosses in. But you need to get the ball wide because there's so many bodies in that central area. It's so difficult.
Keep them all okay. Play underway in the Armenia half. Wales trailing 1-0 on Radio Wales Sport. Don't forget, from 3 o'clock we have FM commentary in the Newport area of their game at Mansfield, and in the Wrexham area on FM in the north on Accrington Stanley against Wrexham in League 2.
Who are they, Rob?
Here all week. That was better from Nico Williams. Nipped in on the ball forward. Little touch back by Wilson. He's caught after the ball has gone. Now Wales are exposed at the back. They want an offside flag. It's not going up at the moment. Davis is back there. Shot goes in, deflects off a Wales defender. I've got to say,
he looked about 3 yards offside.
Exactly.
Unless he's super humanly quick. But in fairness, the linesman was nowhere near up with play.
Wilson's up. Spurzian, they've got men wide. Spurzian is in the middle of the Wales half. And a decisive intervention from Mepham. Brooks slides it up to Moore on halfway. Now Roberts has space down the right hand side. Looks for...
It's a poor ball.
Moore, yeah. Ryan made that easy, but James wins the second ball off the rebound.
Well, it's not Harry Wilson, and it wasn't Big Kiefer. It was just almost like a hopeful pass. If you're not sure, if you're Connor Roberts, if you're not sure, just turn back out. It's almost like they're feeling the pressure of thinking we have to get something at the end of every attack. And this is the problem.
Moore is in behind the defence, but there's nobody in the middle as he puts the ball away.
He needs to be getting the balls crossed to him.
Yeah. I wonder whether there's a shot to get Dan James on at one stage to go wide.
Yeah,
I don't know who you take off though, unless you go forward to back.
I wouldn't risk that. I really wouldn't.
No. But we saw what happened there in Cardiff.
So just might go straight swap Wilson and Brooks.
Here we go. Connor Roberts long throw into the penalty area. Roden's the target. Roden gets the flick on. Went behind him, hooked out of the penalty area. Roberts cushions it down for Nico Williams on halfway. Has to go all the way back to Danny Ward though. Ward by himself just outside his penalty area. They're not playing a relatively high line, Armenia, but they're a good 10 yards inside their own half.
No, they're well drilled, Rob.
Yeah,
they're shifting up and down together as a unit completely. Leaving the striker.
Here's Ampadu up to Wilson. Wilson round the corner to Williams. Has to go back though to Davis. Davis moves infield. Brings in Roden on halfway. Mepham on the halfway line too. Mepham points out to the left hand side. But they're patient at the moment. Roden into Wilson. Wilson quickly tackled by Chalisier. There's no argument about that tackle. Chalisier now is forced to go back to his own goalkeeper. Does he? No, he doesn't. Instead he waits for a slight touch from Brooks and wins the free kick.
That's the old, I'll wait for any sort of touch and I'll throw myself down. Referee's gone for it.
Stayed down as well on one knee.
Yeah, he's got to play it right out.
Yeah,
he's got to play it right out, Rob.
1-0 Armenia lead on BBC Radio Well Sport. 3 minutes of added time to play. This is not the first half the Red Wall anticipated in Yerevan last night. And not the first half Rob Page wanted either. Early setback for Wales. And they've not been so convincing since. Moore should have gone to ground then, but wins a throw.
Yeah, I mean, Danny mentioned it earlier. The amount of times we're seeing Kiefer Moore run into the corners, and out of two either side of him, Brooks and Wilson wait in the box or around the box. You know, you want to see one of them making that run. And Kiefer Moore, the striker, getting on the end of crosses.
Roberts a yard from the corner flag. Throws into the middle. Headed in! It's an own goal! Wales are back in this just before half-time. Roden is getting the applause, but I'm sure it was an own goal. And it's whatever. It's Joe Roden. And that has lifted things, and that has changed the half-time team talk. Wales are back on terms, and it's Armenia 1, Wales 1.
Well, it comes out of absolutely nothing, doesn't it? It's a long throw, Rob. Not sure who it comes off, but it's just a melee of players. One of them tries to head it away, comes off the wrong side of his head. They're complaining to the referee, but there's no fouls in there. Well, what a way to get an equaliser out of absolutely nothing, really.
Own goal it was.
Tiknitsian.
Own goal off Tiknitsian.
Yeah.
He's turned it into his own net from close range, and an erring finish, you've got to say.
It's a great finish if you're a striker, but it's totally quiet. This crowd down, the Wales fans I can hear for the first time.
Yeah, and they're just looking around at us in front. It's not upset him. We're only commentating. It's going down as an own goal. Joe Roden, I thought he was a bit sheepish taking the applause.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we're in the right spot to see that, aren't we?
Yeah.
So 1-1.
Well, Wales playing poorly, Rob. Not poorly, but haven't done enough in the final third for me, and haven't worked out how to break down the opponent. But to get themselves in at half-time 1-1 on this level of performance, they'll be thanking the gods really and truly. Now, the second half, they need to step up how they're playing and work out how to get around this team.
And that is the half-time whistle. Well, Wales suffered an early shock when Lucas Zelleraya, one of the tormentors in Cardiff, put the home side ahead. But there was salvation in injury time in the first half as an own goal from Nair Technician has put Wales level. It's still really not enough to guarantee automatic qualification ahead of Turkey on Tuesday with that game, but my word, it doesn't half make a difference at the interval here. Half time in Armenia, it's Armenia 1, Wales 1.
The fans in Armenia breathe a sigh of relief then and celebrate that equaliser, and a huge sigh of relief across Wales to see that goal going in. A lot of people saying on social media that Joe Roden scored his first for Wales, but it has gone down as an own goal. Frankly, they don't care really, do they? They certainly won't care as long as Wales are level, and they are at the break. 1-1. So Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips there in Yerevan for us. Myself, Ian Hunt and Danny Gabardon are out and about today. We're in Panteg AFC to watch the game with the Wales fans, and yes, Danny, huge cheer going up in here just a few minutes ago to see that goal go in. And we saw a shot of Rob Page on the big screen saying 1 something minute. Can't use the word that he used. 1 minute, boys. He looks so impassioned, so angry almost. It will change the nature of that halftime team talk, but he looked ready to go in and give them a bit of a blast, whatever.
He certainly did, and he knows the importance of that goal just before half-time, because as you say, Henry, it does change the mood of the team, the mentality of the team, maybe Robert Page's actual team talk in there at half-time. And as Blakey said, really, for us to not really play that well and be back in the game is a massive bonus for us. It's been pretty quiet in here, Henry, since the Armenia goal. We haven't had too much to really shout about. We've struggled to break Armenia down. It's been a bit of a low tempo game, very different to the Croatia one, and it's been more about Wales trying to break the opposition down and find those clever passes, and we've been found wanting a little bit. So to be going in at 1-1 at half time, I'm absolutely delighted, and I'm hoping for a much improved performance second half, because still a lot of work to be done. Yeah,
they need a hero to try and win this game to take them into Turkey on Tuesday. Nathan Blake, quick words from yourself. You talked during commentary when they were 1-0 down about possibly changes being necessary, and it was interesting just following social media, a little bit of criticism that Brennan Johnson didn't start this match. Obviously it's easy to say that, isn't it, when things aren't going well, but would you expect those changes to happen now? Will Brennan Johnson come on, or do you now give Kiefer Moore a little bit longer?
Well, I don't think Kiefer Moore is the problem, to be honest with you, Ian. I think the two eights or the attackers either side of him are the problem at the moment. They're playing inside too early, and they're not making any runs from deep to try and stretch the back line of Armenia. So I think that's the major problem. Danny made the point, Kiefer Moore running wide all the time. We've seen it again after he made the point about 4 or 5 times. What that needs to be is either Connor Roberts coming up on the right or David Brooks making that run. But they can't keep having the striker come out of position, because we've seen once or twice Kiefer's crossing the ball and there's nobody in there. And it's easy to say, should we bring him off? Listen, I still think Rob Page will get wired into that team at half-time, and he'll be telling them, you're incredibly lucky to be coming in here 1-1. You either go out and step up and make a statement for the first 10-15 minutes, or I'm going to be changing it. It's as simple as that. And I think I would just go straight swap. I would go Brooks would come off, and Wilson would come off, and I'd just put the boys, Dan James and Brennan Johnson straight on. I just make straight swaps, but I'd say to them, you need to stretch this game because it's too easy at the moment for the back three stroke back five of Armenia. They're just playing, they're so well organised, but they're never getting stretched in behind, and that is causing a major problem for Wales because there's too many people in that central midfield to break them down and play through them.
Yeah, the Rob Page body language suggested he was ready to get wired into them at half-time. We'll see what transpires then. Thanks for the moment, Nathan. Back with Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips for second half commentary. More to come from Danny Gabardon here in Panteg. And coming up in, 7 minutes' time, it's, I suppose it's a club or country decision in a way for Newport County and Wrexham supporters. They might have somehow managed to catch the first half of the Armenia-Wales game, but coming up at 3 o'clock, both teams in action away from home in League Two. If you are at one of those games, remember you can listen to the Wales commentary on BBC Sounds, so you don't have to miss anything this afternoon in terms of Wales and your team, your club team. Two former Wales captains on duty for us at those matches. Barry Horn watching Wrexham at Accrington, and Kevin Ratcliffe's on the road with Newport away to the side who are just below Wrexham in the League Two table, Mansfield Town. Let's start with Barry Horn at Accrington. Good afternoon, Barry. A handful of games in League Two called off due to international call-ups. At Wrexham, they've been hit by a few too, haven't they, with McLean and Mendy out, but obviously just below the threshold for a postponement, I'm assuming. But in terms of the game today, can they close the gap on the leaders Stockport to maybe 2 points?
Sorry, I didn't catch the tail end of that question, but yes, Wrexham missing 2 players, both in the same position, which is really, really unfortunate. So it looks like Jordan Davis is going to play there today. And I was saying last time out, the last home game, Wrexham are in the fortunate position that they have real quality in depth. They've got the best squad in the division. They can cope with. They've got a couple of injuries as well, yet they're still able to field a very, very strong team. And as I say, it's just unfortunate that the 2 lads that have been called away would play in the same position, would have played in the same position today.
OK, Barry, thank you very much. Tricky away days really all round, isn't it? For Wales in Armenia, for Wrexham and Accrington chasing a place in the playoffs, and for Newport County away to Mansfield. Kevin Ratcliffe, good afternoon to you. One of only 2 teams, Kev, in the Football League still unbeaten after 16 matches. They're going really well under Nigel Clough. Really tough game for Newport today. Yeah,
it is a very tough game. It's going to be very, very difficult to get something in it, especially with the injuries that have got piling up. It seems week after week that they pick up another injury to Newport County, but the one thing they're going to give you is going to give you 110% when they're out there. They're going to try and make it as difficult as they can for Mansfield, but they're playing well. You've got to say an informed side. They haven't lost this season, so it's I think we've seen when they played Wrexham this in the cup that how good they were, and maybe we were unlucky not to get a result against Wrexham, but it's going to be a tough ask today for Newport County, but one that you think anything can happen. So the boys are just about to come out onto the pitch, and we'll see what's going to occur in the first half.
OK, one result from League Two earlier on in the lunchtime game. Notts County beating Bradford by 4 goals to 2. Notts up to 3rd, below Wrexham only on goal difference. So as those teams come out at those League Two grounds, let's hand you over to our commentary teams as they keep an eye, I'm sure, on what happens in the Wales game as well. Accrington against Wrexham on FM in North Wales, with commentary led by Bryn Law. Newport County away to Mansfield on 95.9 FM in the Newport area, with Phil Marsh alongside Kevin Ratcliffe, and regular updates on all other frequencies during the second half. Commentary of Armenia versus Wales. It is all here on BBC Radio Wales Sport. And don't forget, the Wales game this afternoon in Armenia is on BBC Sounds as well. So wherever you are across the country, you don't have to miss a minute. Just take us with you on your tablet or on your mobile. We'll be back with our commentary team in Armenia very shortly at 1-1. Remember, at half-time, if you're just tuning in, following it a little bit late. Elsewhere today in football, the Wales women's captain, Sophie Ingles, special day for her. She set a new record for the most Women's Super League appearances earlier on, or currently in fact, still playing in her 184th match. So special day, setting up Chelsea's first goal as well, Sophie Ingle, against Liverpool, and they currently lead 4-1 at Stamford Bridge. A Lauren James hat-trick in that match. And later on here on Radio Wales, we've got live rugby to follow the football. From 5:15, we will bring you full commentary on the Dragons against Ospreys, not too far away from where we are here in Panteg, down the road in Newport at Rodney Parade for that derby. And then Leinster against Scarlets, tough trip to Ireland for Dwayne Peel's side. That's live on S4C from 7:35. Latest scores in the Welsh Premiership. Aberafan are leading Pontypridd by 7 points on their level now, in fact 7-7. Carmarthen 6, Merthyr 0. It's Newport 0, Ebbw Vale 3. Pontypool leading Neath by 3 points to 0. That is the game between the two promoted sides. And the M4 derby, Swansea Cardiff. Cardiff are 12-0 in front at St Helens against Swansea. One delayed kick-off, Bridgend against RGC, knocked back to 4 o'clock. That's because RGC's bus broke down, unfortunately, en route. Long trip down from North Wales for RGC. Latest from the Scottish Challenge Cup quarter-finals, which the Cymru Prem champions TNS are involved in. They're at home to Arbroath of the Scottish Championship this afternoon. It's currently 1-1. It kicked off at 2:30. At Ice Hockey's Continental Cup, the Cardiff Devils face Zemgale Jelgava of Latvia at 3 o'clock. The Devils lost the opening game yesterday, and Welsh rally driver Elvin Evans has got a 75-second lead ahead of tomorrow's final stages of the season, ending Rally Japan. So he is moving closer to a runner-up spot in the 2023 World Championships. So we're halfway through Wales's key game in Armenia, in Yerevan, and it is all square, 1-1 at the break. Wales having gone behind after about 5 minutes, but then just before half-time, an own goal bringing Rob Page's side level. We're here in Panteg, AFC, in the Gwent Valleys, or in Torfaen, to use its proper county borough. Danny Capadon alongside me. You know all the geography, of course, Danny. You should be going into all of this.
I probably should a little bit. I think you've nailed it there, though.
Thank you. Between Cumbraen and Pontypool, isn't it? And we've got Greg as well, who plays for Panteg AFC. How are you, Greg? How do you enjoy that? I don't know if that's the right word. Did you enjoy that first half?
It wasn't too bad. I thought they started really well, but then I thought we'd come back into it in the second half, and hopefully we'll push on in the second half now and get the winner.
You can always tell, Danny, can't you, when things aren't quite going your team's way, when you're in a bar or a clubhouse like this and people get distracted, they aren't focused on the match, they get frustrated. People are sort of talking their way through that first half. It became a bit like that, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a little bit too quiet for my liking. Obviously that was thanks to Armenia scoring that early goal, but yeah, a little bit of nerves in here, but as I said, to get that goal just for half-time is absolutely huge. I would expect the lads now, after a bit of a dressing down maybe from the manager, to come out. Hopefully he'll adjust one or two things tactically and we'll see a much better second half performance, but a big goal just for half-time.
Just looking at Wales's possession, 48% in that first half, one attempt on target each, so not enough goal attempts, you would say, from Wales. Wales 5 shots to Armenia's 3. We've seen Chris Mepham booked, suspended for Turkey. Greg, where do you play, by the way, in the team? What's your position?
Centre mid or centre back, depending on how fit I am.
Okay, right. So what have you made of Wales's defensive or central midfield defensive performance?
Well, I think, like I said, it got off to a little bit of a shaky start, but I think we've been the better team overall. And hopefully, like I said, we can press on in the second half. It'd be better if we had Gabby in the second half, because it'll be a clean sheet then, do you know what I mean? But but yeah, hopefully, like I said, I think we've been the better team, and then we can press on in the second half, hopefully.
Yeah, I was talking to Nathan Blake about changes maybe. Do you change David Brooks? Do you change Kiefer Moore? Do you bring on Brendan Johnson? Would you have wanted to see Brendan Johnson start this match maybe, given how well he seems to be playing for Spurs?
I thought he was injured. That's why he hasn't started. I thought he must have picked up a knock, because surely you would start Brendan Johnson. But obviously Brendan Johnson and Kiefer Moore, completely two different players. So they're obviously going for the aerial threat with Kiefer Moore. I'd probably think about an hour in, they may swap Kiefer Moore with Brendan Johnson for a bit more pace and a bit more finishing up top, I think.
Okay, thanks very much, Greg. But did you quickly want to mention how well you did last weekend for your team, by the way?
So I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah, so basically I opened the scoring with a 35-yard free kick. It was on the left-hand side for a right footer, so it's very difficult. Not for me, though. I found the bottom corner, and then it was, so we won 4-3. I scored a goal, 3 assists. So basically, without me, they'd have lost 3-0.
Well done. Thanks for quickly getting that in. That was a condition of talking to you. We had to mention how well you did last weekend. No game today. Thanks, Greg. Hey, he's modest, isn't he?
Could do with bringing Greg on, I think, second half first.
What a modest guy. They couldn't have won it without him last weekend. Can Wales win this one? Who can be the hero? Nathan Blake, let's go back to you. Who's the hero second half, I wonder, for Wales? We saw the heroics from Harry Wilson against Croatia in Cardiff. There's no Gareth Bale, there's no Aaron Ramsey, although he is there watching. Where's the hero coming from?
They need a score here. Let's not take anything for granted. They haven't played well enough for us to be sat here confident thinking they'll go on and get a second goal. Been incredibly fortunate in that first half. I think if they change system, that won't really work. I think the change personnel, or those personnel playing at the moment, need to step up, but they need to get more balls in the box from wide areas, definitely. And I would say, well, if they can do that, then you've got Kiefer Moore on the end of it, who can get yourself a goal. Otherwise, I'm looking at Wilson and Brooks to get themselves into the box more often than not and start creating chances and taking some chances. So one of those three at the moment. But if they don't step up, then I would see changes. I expect to see changes after about 10 minutes.
So Wales are out for the second half. Rob Page strides out, looking really determined to get Wales into Tuesday's game against Turkey with a win here in Armenia. Don't forget, we do have local FM commentaries of Wrexham and Newport with their games getting underway, but Wales are ready to go, and here come Armenia leading earlier in this game, but then that own goal levelling things up just before half-time. I'm hearing that Mansfield have just scored in that game against Newport County. We'll bring you an update when we can, and bring you the latest later on. Wrexham are away to Accrington, meanwhile, in League 2. We'll keep you updated with how those games go, but this is the focus of our intention for people here in Panteg, and for all those Wales fans out there in Yerevan. They've gone to see a Wales win to take it to Tuesday against Turkey. Are they going to get it? Time for the second half with Danny Gabardon, Nathan Blake and Rob Phillips.
Just underway here in Yerevan, 1-1 on a knife edge this game. Wales pretty awful in that first half. Shocked, never really recovered from the Zelarayan opener after 5 minutes, but got a lifeline when Technician headed in at the near post from a Wales corner. No changes in either lineup, but I suspect Rob Page, well, I'll be surprised if there's paint left on the dressing room wall, as they say. So I'll give you the lineups as soon as we get a chance. Wales now playing towards the red wall, challenged by Jordan James, and Davis is in there too.
That's brilliant defending.
Wins the free kick. It was good defending.
It's just so difficult to get past. Just watched the ball, put the foot in, made the tackle, and actually won the foul.
The Chachian was running through, and I think Ben Davis kicked the ball into his face as he was down on the deck.
It happens sometimes, Rob. I don't think he meant anything by it.
No.
I'd say, why didn't you head it?
So Wales have Warding goals, Robertson, Williams, the wing-backs, Davis, Roden and Mepham, who's out the Turkey game with the third yellow of the group. They're the defence, Ampadu and James in midfield. Moore up front alongside him, Wilson and Brooks. Williams tries to keep the ball in on the near side from a long clearance by Ward. Wales now playing towards the red wall. Maybe that will inspire them. Kancharovic is in goal for Armenia, and then it's Artunian, Haroyan, who's been really good, Andre Kalasier and Tiknatsian with the own goal. Spurtsian and Bikchanyuk are in the midfield alongside Iwu, and then Dashian, the goal scorer, Zelarayan and Leon Ranos. Up front, the referee is Benoit Bastien. No need for the VAR yet, as it really is night time here now. 7 o'clock local time. Newport trailing 1-0 to Mansfield. Keller Dunn, the goal scorer for Mansfield. He's got plenty this season. And Armenia with the ball in their left back position, but intercepted by Mepham, ball forward. Then he gives the ball away with a poor pass himself. Ward.
Good anticipation from Mepham, though, in fairness, Rob. Poor pass, yes, but just gets into the striker or the attacker's mind.
Moore is arcing his run, but they go wide to Roberts on halfway. Now he chips it forward. Wilson is running behind keeper Moore. Wilson goes down, but it ends up at the feet of Brooks, who tried to go past one defender and ran into traffic.
Yeah, but it's a good run. It's positive. It's good timing of the run also from Harry Wilson. So I see more of that from both him and Brooks. So important to how they want to play.
Yeah. But Chunyan goes short.
And when you're lined up man for man, literally, Rob, two sides playing the exact same sort of system, it's really difficult to break someone down.
1-1. Draw not good enough for either side. Armenia need to win to keep alive their slim hopes. And Wales, well, with the draw, they're not out of it, but they would be relying a lot on Croatia slipping up. Remember, Croatia play Latvia at 5 o'clock your time. And it's going to be a Wales throw on the... there's a substitute warming up, and there's a substitute coming on. And David Brooks is making way after just 4 minutes of the second half for Brennan Johnson. Nathan Blake.
Yeah, he's just going for it, Rob. Brooks will be disappointed, but I understand the substitution. It can't be sentimental about it at this point, Rob. It's just all it's about. It's about just trying to get 3 points. It's as simple as that.
So Brennan Johnson on for David Brooks. Fair to say Brooks didn't have the greatest of first halves. Wasn't really able to get into the game the way he did against Croatia. And it's some substitute to bring on nearly £50 million worth of Spurs striker, who's now playing for Spurs, of course. Scored his first goal for them. He only has 2 goals for Wales, but got one against Wolves in the defeat.
Yeah, well, I think it's a real sensible decision by Rob Page, because as much as Brooks and Wilson can go in behind, Brennan, that is his strength, right, Rob? His strength isn't coming short. His strength is coming short and spinning you in behind, or just running you in behind.
Roberts cuts out an attempted through ball and then gives the ball away to Zella Ryan. He's picked the ball up a lot in those areas. Wales haven't dealt with it. Looks like offside on the far side, and now the flag goes up.
Yeah, just a bit of lackadaisical there, Conor Roberts.
Much of Armenian players are warming up on the side in front of us.
Could really do with a monitor, couldn't we, Rob? I keep looking down to my right, thinking, but.
Nathan Blake, I've got to say, was making friends with the people in front of us earlier.
Yeah. Great kids.
Giving one or two of the youngsters a chance to listen to Radio Wales through his headphones.
That's right.
I said, that Ian Hunt's on, is he?
Then he took him off. Said, no, it's enough.
Why can't we hear Danny Gabbard on?
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
So 6 minutes into the second half. 1-1 in Yerevan. Chilly evening. And Wales looking to build on that own goal just before half-time. A real lifeline for them. They really are a well-organised side, Armenia, you've got to say. But Ampadu makes sure that they can't progress there. Davis tries to play a through ball out to Johnson. Cut out, though. Harayan has done that really well so far. Then Davis slides in, big challenge in midfield. Ampadu
right,
up to Moore.
Keeper.
Moore took his time with the touch.
Just got to look right. He knows Brennan is there. Brennan has just made the run, didn't get the ball, gets back on side. If I'm keeping Moore there, I'm not even thinking, I'm just thinking, just put the ball out right to my right-hand side without thinking. Right-hand side, I know there's a white shirt over there.
Are we looking at a Kiefer Moore showing the signs of just 14 minutes of football since the Croatia game?
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. I think that plays a huge part. We've seen it in the past with some of our midfield players and defenders. And we say, you know, as players, in order to be in your best form, you need to be playing week in, week out. And I would encourage Kiefer, wherever it is he's going to play in January, get himself to a club and, you know, put down some roots for a while.
Should say he's been linked heavily with Cardiff City. Haroyan drifts past Kiefer Moore till Ampadu steps in. Hoisted forward towards the Wales backline. Ben Davies challenges, wins it. Breaks to Chalacid on this right hand side. Crossing is headed away. Picked up by Iwu. Iwu thinks about
Conor Roberts' body shape was
Roberts
wrong
was
there.
inside his man then.
Yeah, his body shape was all wrong.
Zella
Rob.
Ryan, edge of the box. No time to turn. He's got Brennan Johnson up against him. Now he turns up against Johnson, and Johnson gets the tackle in. Breaks to Wilson. Now Wilson, there's one man down. Iwu's still down. Wilson taken out after the ball had gone by Haroyan. That's going to be a booking for the Armenian captain, who then has a little nudge at Ethan Ampadu. Wales free kick on halfway, starting to get heated. I think they were unhappy that Iwu.
Yeah, I think Ampadu has been booked as well there, Rob. It's just, yeah, that means both players out, right? That means Mepham and Ampadu.
No, it's Mepham and Nico Williams are on 2 bookings. Ampadu's on 1.
Okay.
So he's okay for the Turkey game. Haroyan was definitely booked. Yeah, Ampadu has been booked, but he was only on 1 booking. So Haroyan and Ampadu booked on that. And it's going to end up, Iwu's having treatment, and it's going to end up a Wales free kick on halfway. Danny Gabardon, Johnson on early.
I don't think it's any surprise, boys, is it? I think he brings a different dynamic to this game. You know, you look at David Brooks, he's been starved of minutes for his club, and it's probably a change that would have happened anyway, really, just because he's not able to play at that intensity for that long. You know, Keita probably the same. You know, he did a lot of running in that first half in those channel areas. It was one of the reasons I didn't want to see him out there so much, because he's another one that hasn't really played a lot of minutes. So no surprise to see that change, and it's about getting Brennan into the game now. You know, it doesn't matter how we win this game, we just got to win it. It doesn't have to be pretty, but let's get the ball out to him, let's get him on the ball as much as we can, and we know what he's capable of doing. He'll make things happen. So yeah, no surprises but a change at all.
Now Wales starting to turn the screw with Davis. Wilson's made a run down the middle. Williams has pulled wide. Here he is, level with the penalty here. Cuts inside Nico Williams, goes one way then the other. Holds the ball up, stands up his defender. Tries to chip in from the far side. Blocked by 2 defenders. Ball balloons up for Davis. Davis takes a touch. Plays it forward for Williams. 2 players around him, so he looks for the escape ball to Ampadu. James helps it on to Roberts. Now it's down the right hand side. Johnson's pulled out on that right side. Here he is, first chance of a run into the penalty area. Brennan Johnson gets the byline, runs it out for a goal kick.
That's okay, that's no problem for me, Rob. That's what I want to see from my attacker. As soon as you got it, first opportunity he's had, get at the defender, you know, let him know this is what it's going to be like for the next 35 minutes. Every time I get the ball, I'm not thinking twice, I'm going to get at you.
Wrexham still goalless with Accrington. Newport Trail 1-0 in Mansfield. Both games available in your local FM station. Here in Yerevan, one of the oldest inhabited cities in the world, it's 1-1 between Wales and Armenia. Ranos controls the ball in midfield, brings in Zella Ryan. I thought he was going to shoot from 40 yards then, but he slides in right. There is a shot comes in. It was Spurzian, but it goes well over Danny Ward's goal.
Yeah, speculative. Couldn't hit the target from there. On the angle, Rob. Very difficult chance.
Oh, Mepham's given the ball away again. That's a really bad mistake. What a tackle by Roden on the edge of the box. Then Wilson gets brought down once more. James hits the referee. That'll be stopped.
Away. That was a chance.
Johnson was away then. Mepham's not playing regularly for Bournemouth either. It's a bit of a Bournemouth thing at the moment, isn't it?
It is. And it shows, Rob. It does. You know, nowhere near as sharp as what they should be. And match fitness, I'm going to say, You can train all week, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there off the bench. Match fitness is so difficult.
More long ball for him, too strong. He made the run, he was onside that time. Chancerovic, of course, Armenia have to win to keep their hopes alive as well. And Croatia will be quite happy with this result as they prepare for their game in Latvia, 5 o'clock kickoff your time. Harayan down this near touchline, the Armenian right. Williams up high, concedes a throw in just inside the Armenia half. That looked like another foul throw by Dacian. He's given Williams something to think about down this near side. It's with Ward now, beaten by Zalarayan after 5 minutes. Technician own goal, put Wales level here on Radio World Sport. Don't forget, on Tuesday it's Wales against Turkey. We're hoping there's plenty on that game, and there'll be a call, Rob, afterwards. 03 700 100 110. That's after Turkey, of course, for your reaction to whatever events transpire that night. Long way to go in this one though. 1-1. Ward, all in black, flights it out right to Johnson, who gets the head on. Now Harayan has to be careful against Moore. Moore has dragged him out to that far side. Moore can't keep the ball in again. And he is a willing runner, keeper, Moore, but you've said it often, it's not there you want it.
No. I mean, there are opportunities and there are times it's going to happen, and on that occasion, if Brennan Johnson wins the header, ball is going to him. It's a great run by Kiefer. And just get the ball under control and think, right, turn out, back in towards my own players, lay the ball off and make my way into the box or towards the centre of the pitch.
Remember, Wales also have Dan James available, running behind the Wales back line. That seemed to have been timed right. Cross into the box. Oh, little dummy by Zalarayan, and there was no red shirt behind him.
I'd like to see that again, Rob.
Well, I thought he looked offside again, but there we go. The linesman on this side is not the most attentive, you have to say. Zalarayan, little 1-2 on the edge of the penalty area. And then a shot, oh, it's hit the post. Chance here, and the rebound is blasted over. My word, Wales lived dangerously then. Ward was beaten. I think it was Zalarayan,
I think.
Technician who
the rebound.
And Zalarayan just carved the rebound over from 8 yards.
Yeah, he should have side-footed it, Rob. Panicked a bit, tried to take the ball too high on the volley and slashed at it. Got to wait for that split second more for it to drop a bit low. He side-foots that into the back of the net. But a real wake-up call for Wales.
Well, we're bringing Danny Gabbard on when we can, but Wales are having a tricky few minutes here. Good tackle by Davis.
It was almost a similar situation to the first goal, Rob.
Ampadu in midfield needs support, gets it from Williams. Snail's pace at the moment because there's an Armenian player struggling with injury and he wants help. He's been winded, so the referee says play on. Wales do that, now he stops. And it's the technician who I think has gone down injured. Let's bring in Danny Gabbard on. Danny, Wales living really dangerously.
Yeah, crossbar coming to the rescue there, boys. And that's the danger. You know, this Armenia team, they're a good side going forward. They've got good forward players, and it's really important that the team stay really concentrate defensively. And I think it just comes, we're giving impetus to the opposition with just sloppy moments in possession. They're turning the ball over too quickly, not taking care of the football for long enough periods, and then that just allows the opposition then to gain confidence and kind of come back into the game. So certainly a let off there, and you know, we really need to kind of step this up. I was thinking with Brennan coming on, you know, he's had 1 or 2 touches, but haven't got the ball to him enough because the ball's just breaking down before we can even get it to him. So the lads need to really focus a bit more, be a bit more concentrated, and try and step this level of performance up. So at the minute it's looking like Armenia might get the second goal here. Now they're coming back into it.
Now the Nigerian-born Iwu is also down. I think they're about to make a substitution, at least one, and it's going to be Haratunyan who's coming on, wearing number 18. He's a central midfield player, plays for Punuk. 7th cap for him, and Iwu's game is done. Been alright in that midfield as well, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, he's a good player, Rob. Very good player. Knows his job, knows exactly what he's got to do, and does it well.
So, Hovannes Haratunyan, born here in Yerevan. As Wales have the ball, left-hand side, cross into the middle. James wins the ball for Wales. Roberts, just not enough conviction in the attempted cross, and here come Armenia on the break. Good tackle by James on the deck. Ampadu in midfield now. Ampadu up towards the penalty area, trying to play it out wide to Johnson. Blocked by a defender.
Has to make that pass. Just see him put his hands in his head. It's such an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it's
make that pass with his
like
eyes sleep. Yeah, with his eyes closed. Sorry, make it in his sleep. He's done the right thing. He's driven at the back four, but then the timing of your pass, either take the extra touch or play it earlier. For me,
this is right on a knife edge. You really couldn't pick a winner here, could you?
No, I will pick Wales. I think it'll be a real late winner, Rob. I honestly do.
I'll hold you to that. 1-1 it is. 65 minutes on the clock. Oh, lovely bit of play. Cross into the box though. Cut out by Ward. It was Dashian who profited. A little back heel by Bakchunyan. And the crowd really into this now. They know how important this is for Armenia as well. It's easy to overlook the home side. Still in with a chance.
Yeah, this is the time I'm looking to bring on Dan James, Rob. I don't know if it's Wilson or Big Kifu comes off, but I'm looking to put Dan James on.
Williams is
stretch the team.
Poor ball from Nico Williams back to Ben Davis, but Williams has the pace to get back and shepherd that ball out for a goal kick. Under pressure from the substitute Haratunyan. And it is Dan James coming on. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It is Dan James coming on for Harry Wilson. So, Rob Page talked about a powerful bench. Well, now is their time to show it. His two main attacking players on the bench, Dan James and Brennan Johnson, are both on for Harry Wilson and David Brooks respectively. No change in the shape. They'll play either side of Kiefer Moore. You've probably now got the two quickest people in the squad either side of the big man up front for Wales. Ward looks for that aforementioned big man, and he helps on the header. Williams will keep it in, left hand side. He's now got James up ahead down this left hand side. Goes inside to Ampadu, 15 yards inside the Armenia half. 1-1. Davis, think about a ball through to the scampering James. Go back to Ampadu. Ampadu into Jordan James. James cross field ball from Johnson. Didn't find Roberts. Nepham will keep it in going forward though. Should be cleared now. Connor Roberts is high upfield. Zelarayan runs into Connor Roberts on his way back. Then Jordan James gives the ball away. Lovely ball in behind the Wales defence, but Ward is out quickly and then throws it short for Nico Williams. Nothing on ahead, so goes back to Ben Davis. And now Roden centre field, midway inside his own half. Along the deck, out to Connor Roberts in front of the far stand. Roberts looks to the run of Brennan Johnson, too strong out for a goal kick. 1-1.
Yeah, every time I think Wales are building and keeping the ball and trying to build a bit of momentum, always ends up with a sloppy pass or a poor touch. The last occasion was Brennan Johnson. Just get hold of it first, play it wide, and just keep the ball rolling. Ball never gets tired.
To me, Ampadu is the one who looks the more likely to make something happen. He's making runs forward to support the front players. That's a hopeful ball forward, which Ward will collect.
And then there's going to come a time when Rob Page has got to think, right, do I just go all out for this game? Which I think he has to. And then I would think, either probably Jordan James come off, and you push, someone in an 8 position to not only sit alongside Ethan Ampadu, but also attack that edge of the box, try and make up that sort of distance between midfield and Kiefer Moore.
It's an Armenia throw, midway inside their own half.
Has to be disciplined though, Rob. Can't just be gun-ho. You've seen that in the World Cup where they just lost their minds almost.
Harayan, who's on a booking, strides out of defence, goes square to Chalasier. Hatunyan is there. Cut up by James in midfield. Ampadu now looks left. Dan James, space to run into. Harayan comes across. James onto his right foot, thinks about shooting, holds it up again. Williams has gone wide now. James edge of the penalty area. Lays it back to Jordan James, shoots right footed. Oh, it's hit the post and it's bounced back into the goalkeeper's hands.
That's good play though, Rob. Really good play by Dan James. So positive. Down the left hand side, could have got the crossing, cut back. Then I'm thinking, okay, take the shot on, decides not to, plays the ball into midfield, cross to Jordan James. Jordan James takes a touch, gets his shot off, and is unlucky.
I'm sure it hit the post. I thought it went past the keeper.
It might have done, yeah. It didn't, no.
It was a save.
He just got the rebound, I think.
Fact is, it remains 1-1. It's a way off in the distance. And Wales baring their teeth. They've not done that too often tonight. They need a win. Still time. 70 minutes on the clock. 20 minutes to go. The fate of Group D still to be decided, other than Turkey are one of the 12 qualifiers already. Albania and Denmark joined the gang last night. The draw not really no good to Armenia, and far beyond expectations for Wales as well. Although I have to say, they don't play as like a side who are 95th in the world.
Who?
Armenia.
No, they don't, in fairness, they don't.
Wayward crossfield ball, but it's kept in. And they have the ball across midfield. Now they break down there. Left hand side. Roberts doesn't know where to stick or twist. He does go out to that far side and he blocks the attempted cross out for an Armenia throw.
Yeah, I think Medlam could step out there. Rodon could step across. Rodon should be saying to him, step in, try and make the tackle, because they were still had them outnumbered, at least 3 or 4 players to 1 there.
So, the changes for Armenia. It's Edgar Sevikian coming on, as is Artur Mirianyan. Danny Gavin, your thoughts? 20 minutes to go.
I'd like to see us a little bit more positive when we don't have the ball, Rob, to be honest. I think we can step onto Armenia a little bit more, not in terms of going gung-ho and leaving yourself open, but for me it's just a bit too easy for Armenia to build up play. When you look when we're trying to build up play, and we found it really difficult all night. So can we kind of step onto them a little bit more? You just look at that chance there for Jordan James. It comes from us winning the ball in the midfield area, higher up the pitch, releasing Daniel James in the space, which we know he loves, and we get a chance off the back of it. I think we can be a little bit more positive with our pressing, and can we go maybe a little bit more direct when the
from the 6-yard box, then the follow-up shot is driven wide by the substitute Haratunyan. Nathan Blake, they really are living dangerously now. Sevikian and Miranyan are on for Ranasan Bichakchian.
Been a bit passive this performance, you'd say, all round, wouldn't you, Rob?
Very. almost as if they're scared to.
Well, there's so much riding on the game, so it's, you can understand it to a degree.
Kiefer Moore got lucky then, headed on, rebounded back to him, brings in James. Williams is wide down this left-hand side into the penalty area. Williams shoots, chips it over the top towards the red wall.
Yeah,
high and wide.
Seen that many times. Come in, just hit that target. Cuts inside from the left, inside, right, and great opportunity. We've seen him do it. We've seen him hit the target from there many a time, but overzealous with that one.
It's still 1-1 on Radio World Sport. Nick Townsend has saved the penalty for Newport against Mansfield, but they still trail 1-0 on FM in the Newport area, 95.9, and Wrexham are goalless with Accrington Stanley commentary on that one on FM in the north. All other Radio World's frequencies, we are glued to this in Yerevan. Its chess makes the big headlines in Armenia. Gary Kasparov was born in Baku to an Armenian mother, you might remember.
Well, this is like a game of chess today, Rob.
It is a bit like a game of chess, yeah. So can any side attain a checkmate? Ward is happy to see a through ball go up for a goal kick. Hasn't had to make many saves, Danny Ward, but they've looked the threat on the break, Armenia. Happy to defend their early lead until Wales equalised through Teknesian's own goal from a corner just before the break.
And I think that's where they'll kick themselves. I don't think they try to defend a 1-0 too early.
Harian just a bit too aggressive there with Kiefer Moore. Wales free kick on halfway. Ampadu says, I'll take that. Leave it to me, says to his captain. And then Rodham wide to Connor Roberts of Burnley. Back to Mepham. Plenty of red shirts in the Wales half. Maybe leaving a threat on the break. Davis looks for the pacey thread of James. Played back upfield, but Williams picks it up, gets brought down on halfway. Thumps the ground in frustration, and Wales win the free kick, which Ampadu will take just inside the Armenian half. Davis slides it out to James, hogging that left touchline. He's got 2-3 players up against him. Goes inside, Dan James. Thinks about playing it into the box for more, but he wasn't really set, so they have to go back again. Work their way forward once more. Williams on halfway, up to James. Busy going nowhere at the moment. Davis was up there as well. That's on the right side of the pitch with Mepham. Infield to Jordan James. Back to Ward. Booing from the Armenian crowd. Clips it up towards Kiefer Moore. First touch not good enough with his chest. Just ran away from him. Haratunian. Forward to Sevikian, the substitute. Now it's with the captain, Haroyan, his 74th cap tonight. Does have to be really wary as Roden slides across for a key tackle in front of his own penalty area. That was better. Johnson in his own half has to wriggle away from a challenge. Brings in Mepham. Johnson goes to the far touchline. Mepham goes inside a Roden. Now Davis left side. That leaves Nico Williams free. Space to run into. James up ahead. 15 yards inside the Armenian half. Holds it up again. James thought about running. It's not quite working for them, is it, Nathan? They can't pick holes at the moment.
They're not able to play the ball 1 and 2 touch, Rob.
Roberts floats it down the right hand side. Johnson goes for it. Johnson may get there. Just recovered. Spurs striker held off by Atunian.
Rodon's been brilliant tonight, I have to say.
Now there's the difference in a man who's playing regularly.
Absolutely. Him and Ben Davis look so assured. Central left. They've been brilliant.
There's another Wales substitute in the offing, I think. Williams inside his own half, back to Davis. Davis looks up, takes a touch, floats it forward for Kiefer Moore. At times the chest control is much better. Now Williams is available, wide to James. James now cuts inside towards the penalty area. Plays it across the penalty box, looking for Connor Roberts. Nowhere near him though. I wonder whether it's Nathan Broadhead might be thrown into the mix. As Jordan James commits a foul on halfway, and that's going to be a yellow for Jay James.
I think it is Broadhead. Was that a guess, Rob, or did you see him like I did, stood on the side?
I saw the 3.
Okay.
So it is Broadhead, and it's Connor Roberts going off. Talk me through that one, Nathan Blake.
Well, looks like they're going to change system, Rob. Well, Nico Williams will go over to the right-hand side. And they'll play a back 4. Keep the 2 men in midfield. Yeah. Interesting. I think they've actually gone, well, I'm not sure if they've gone a 4-4-2. Dan James seems to have come to this left-hand side. Brennan Johnson seems to be up front with Kiefer Moore.
Yeah. So it pans out. How will Armenia react to that?
Yeah, well, it's either change the system is going to either improve us. Oh, that's great.
Oh, Moore let the ball run past him. He's away from Harayan, is he? Harayan comes across, puts his body in the way, and then his body's all over the place as Moore tried to win it back. And the Armenian fans in front of us get excited as they're on the break. Cross coming in from the far side, played back out to him by Mepperman out for a corner.
Yeah, Kiefer it was a great turn, Rob. I think as he lets the ball roll through his legs and spins, he just has to cut across Harayan straight away.
10 minutes to go, it's anybody's game in Yerevan. They're throwing men forward. Harayan is trotting forward almost anonymously into the penalty area as this corner's going to come in from the Armenian right-hand side. Now they take it short. That's a lovely ball near into the box, and then it's driven over the top by Naya Tiknatsian, who scored the Wales' own goal.
Yeah, I think the crowd were pretty disappointed having it short there.
80 minutes on the clock. Davis, Ampadu. Gordon has picked up a position in the midfield at the moment. As Wales are playing it around in their back line. Ampadu has to stretch to play it square to Davis. Davis helps it down the near touch line. No white shirt near there though. There seems a bit more purpose in what Armenia are trying to do, but Roden was there and bangs the ball against the shins of Sivikian for a Wales throw in their left back area. We're into the last 10 minutes. It's 1-1 here on Radio Wales Sport. Not a result that really suits Wales. Terrible for Armenia. That's why they're both going for it. The goal scorer, they took a deflection, shot over the top that time.
A great block. Nico Williams, absolutely fantastic. Throws himself at the ball, Rob. Gets a nick on it, takes it up over the bar. Absolutely brilliant defending.
Miranian was the one denied, but it's the expense of another corner. The youngsters carrying the Armenia flag in front of Nathan Blake and making him stand up. They're getting very excited. They take the corner short again, wide on that far side. They sneak the ball into the penalty area, goes right across the box, and eventually it's cleared away by James.
Yeah, Wales really need to liven up. Really set pieces.
Actually, it must have taken a deflection. Wales have got the throw. You're right, you used the word passive. I think it's almost docile at the moment.
Yeah. Thomas, what I would say, my knowledge, I would say you're waiting for something to happen instead of making something happen. You're hoping someone else does it. Sometimes you just need to take the game by the scruff of the neck You know, there are players who can do that. Brennan Johnson for sure. Dan James.
They look more nervous than Armenia.
They do. But you've got to know, you know, you have to win the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Ward rolls it out again. Jordan James just inside his own half, curls it forward. That's a better ball. Johnson. It's headed back towards the byline. And it's cleared up the near far touchline for an Armenia throw. Johnson has yet to get the better of Aratunian. Swept forward up the halfway. Wales win the first header. Amadou beaten to the second. But it breaks to Broadhead. Running at the defence. Can't find a white shirt. Blocked again the pass when James was making progress forward. Comes back to Wales. Infield to Broadhead again. Broadhead, hero in Croatia. Slides it across. Chipped into the penalty area. Headed out. Now Wales is starting to turn the screw. Ampadu. Oh, desperation. Volleys it over from 35 yards.
Well,
no
if
need.
they don't end up winning this game, Rob, I think Rob Page, the one thing he mentioned is their final ball today. It's been so poor from Wales. Final ball, you've got to make it happen. So frustrating. And they're not difficult passes you're being asked to make. Whether it's nerves, I don't know, but just seem to have failed every time on that final ball.
Neppen wins the ball back in midfield. James slides it up. Oh, lovely shimmy by Moore to Broadhead. Dribbles into the box, gets robbed. He's about to pull the trigger, but Nico Williams follows up down the right hand side. Moore goes into the middle. Can't get the crossover. The final ball again. Now there was a mistake then as the ball came out by Miranian, has given Wales a throw. 85 minutes on the clock, 1-1. Both sides striving for a winner. Throw-in taken short to Johnson. Jordan James floats it into the middle. Kiefer Moore header. Oh, goalkeeper just parried it away. Wasn't too sure then. Crunching tackle goes in by Brennan Johnson. Cleared upfield. Oh, Roden, that was silly. No, he let it go on then, but the referee now blows. No need to do that on halfway. Wales momentum lost.
It's been the story of the night, really, Rob, isn't it? Every time they build any sort of momentum, they give away a silly pass, silly free kick. Just kills themselves.
Is there a winner? 5 minutes plus added time. 2 wait in the box for the cross. And then it's played back into the middle. And once again, Ben Davis is there. And Dan James is quick enough to go past his opposite number. And then he loses out to Spurzian. Spurzian gets the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Little back heel. And then the ball's driven over the top by Lucas Zelarayan, hero of the first half.
Great pace by Dan James, wasn't it?
Wow, he catches pigeons, doesn't he?
He can.
It's anybody's game,
I just want to say it's like punch for punch now, blow for blow. Who can create a chance and who can take that chance?
I would have thought there'd be about 4 or 5 minutes of added time. Ward goes long, looking for more. Harayan has played him really well. But it's a foul again by the Armenian captain, who's clocked up some fouls. Now, does this go big into the penalty area?
Just get it down and play quickly as possible. I think that's been part of the issue tonight. Been very lethargic, very sort of monotonous, slow. Whenever, like I say, they try and pick up momentum, pick up pace, someone gives the ball away or a foul away and it just breaks down, breaks the momentum.
It's going long. It's a Wales free kick inside the centre circle. Nico Williams with it. And there's a line of Welsh white shirts on the edge of the Armenian penalty area. As Williams swings it forward. Header back inside. Header towards goal by Ampadu. Clutched by the goalkeeper Chancerovic. Not much pace on the header.
Yeah, just couldn't get enough on it, could he, Ethan? It's a slow sort of dropping ball. No pace on it.
Here come the red shirts again. Cross into the penalty area. Mepham gets there. Held up though. Not cleared away. Miranyan, who's made a bit of an impact as a substitute, wearing 11. They come down that Wales right again. Exchange of passes. Nico Williams got there, and then it's swung over the top once more. They're taking pot shots, but they're nowhere near.
Well, it's a poor decision, isn't it?
They wouldn't win a prize at the fairground.
No, he's got 4 men in the box. He's got to cross that.
Now Johnson. It's end-to-end stuff now. Nowhere to go. Oh, sorry, it's Nico Williams. Nowhere to go. Brings in James. That's better. He slides it through to Broadhead. Wide to Brennan Johnson, right side of the penalty area. Can he get the ball across? He can. It's deflected over for a Wales corner in front of the red wall.
Blow for blow, Rob.
We welcome listeners to the Newport area. It's on a knife edge here in Yerevan. 89 minutes on the clock. 1-1. Wales have a corner. Dan James to take it from the right hand side. The box crowded with white shirts. We peer in the distance. The red wall have got the best view of this. Can Wales make a breakthrough? It's hit high. It's won by Roden, and it dribbles out beyond the byline. And we Wrexham, welcome listeners to the Wrexham area, and Armenia have just played the ball at the touchline and straight out for a Wales throw in their half.
Yeah, the
it's
manager's got his
1-1.
hands on the head. He's thinking, what are we doing?
They're panicking as much as well. Goalless at Accrington, Newport trailing 1-0 at Mansfield. Nick Townsend penalty save. Here come Wales. Right hand side. Up towards Johnson. Lays it back for Jordan James. We're inside the Armenian half. Ampadu looks right. Clips it out to Nico Williams. Now playing right side. James is out there as well. Williams into the penalty area. Johnson turned on it. Blocked. Then Williams wins it back. Outside the box. Dan James takes it on, and he's had it nicked off him as well. And the break could be on towards the Wales penalty box now. It's 4 against 4. The crowd in front of us stand up.
Ethan's got to go to the ball early.
Gonna go short now. It's across the penalty area. Hit left footed. Ward makes a flying save from the substitute Sevikian. It's an Armenia corner.
Yeah, I know it's easy from up here, Rob, but Ethan Ampadu's got to make a decision there. He's got white shirts behind him. He's got to go close the ball. He can't wait for the lad to get into range.
5 minutes of added time to play. Both countries' hopes really on the line here. Wales players are pointing to something. I'm not quite sure what. Oh, it's Mepham asking who he should mark. Corner coming in from the Armenia right. And, well, Ward was beaten. Ward just got to it, punched it.
Yeah.
They've taken some really good corners, man, I have to say.
Yeah, whip them really hard into that near post.
1-1 on Radio Wales Sport.
Thank you.
Wales draw. They rely on Croatia slipping up in one of their 2 remaining games. Spurzian takes this Armenia corner from the left hand side, header over the top. Danny Ward wants the ball back rapidly. He knows what's at stake here. It's going to go long, I'm sure. A minute and a half of the added 5 gone. It's 1-1. Ward goes long now. Hits it right footed. Skids it up towards Kiefer Moore, beaten in the air. Second ball drops to Ampadu. Puts it over the top for Dan James. Can't find the Leeds United players. Back with the Armenia keeper, Chincheravan. He's hit it up for a throw. Rob Page wants the ball back quickly. Tony Roberts supplies the ball for Ben Davis, the captain. Long throw by Davis into James. Headed away. Can't quite get there. Final ball, whether it's a throw in or not. And then Roden falls on halfway. Armenia take the free kick quickly from the wrong spot.
This is in the other half.
Spurzian complains to the referee.
Yeah, it's no point complaining. They all know. You can give half a yard, but 4 or 5, and the white line is there. He's never getting away with that.
Armenia free kick on halfway. Spurzian is over it. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the front line. They go short.
Haroyan's gone up front.
Zelyakan trying to engineer his way forward. Broadhead backheels it out for a throw. Spurzian just about gets the throw, didn't go very far. And it's a foul throw, in fact. So Ben Davies will look to get it far upfield from his own penalty area. Time running out for Wales. They've got about 2 minutes to make something happen here, to make a difference. Davies nicks a few yards, looks for more, beaten in the air. And Armenia pick up possession down this near side, cross into the middle, comes back out to the edge of the box, shot, 2 players block it, and then a scoop wide by Sevikian. Wales really are leading a charmed life at the moment in injury time.
Yeah, Sevikian was in the best minute or so, foul throw. And like you say, Rob, just swept that ball wide. Poor technique, really.
Ward hits it long again, looking for Moore. Johnson's nearby. Moore can't find a white shirt. Comes to Miranian. Nepham holds him off. Puts it down the touchline, but too strong for Nico Williams. Miranian takes the throw in from the wrong spot. Allowed to go on though. Here they come again, the home side. They have to win tonight. Wales are still in it with a draw, but it's looking more likely playoffs with a draw. Shot comes in, blocked by Mepham. Rebounds out of Brennan Johnson if he can get there. Just beaten to it, ball wouldn't bounce for him. It's going to come back at the Wales penalty area again. They're really patient. Then a long range shot over the top. Maybe that was their last effort.
Yeah, just play it forward for Danny. Ward,
yeah,
play it down.
His time. You wouldn't think the Wales are looking for a winner, would you?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Ward pulls everybody forward. Now he hits it long. I'm sure Moore will be the target. Harayan is on his back. Chest down by Moore for Brennan Johnson. Johnson into the penalty area. Can't get past Tignizian, goes to ground.
He's given a penalty.
No foul.
Oh, goal kick.
Goal kick is the decision.
I was going to say, looked like Brennan stuck his leg across the defender and bought that.
Referee not fooled. And that is the full-time whistle. Frustration for Wales. Armenia are out. Wales, though, hanging by a thread and relying probably on favours from Latvia and Armenia against Croatia. It's a scoreline that suits neither side really. Wales hit back after Zelarayan gave the home side the lead. They couldn't score themselves. They needed a Tignizian equaliser just before half-time. And it's finished here in Yerevan as we head to the Turkey game on Tuesday, when Wales will have to play better no matter what happens. Armenia won, Wales won.
Well, we love a playoff game, don't we? Got to the World Cup through a playoff win, of course. Are Wales going to have to get to the Euros via the playoffs as well? You can see, we can see the pictures of the Wales players shaking hands with their Armenian opponents at the moment. They're definitely out. The Armenians, they can't qualify now, but Wales looking pretty despaired with that performance and that result out there in Eastern Europe. 2 games against Armenia in this qualifying campaign, and Wales have failed to win either of them. This is the table then. Turkey already qualified for the European Championships in Germany next year with 16 points, coming to Cardiff on Tuesday. Wales are second at the moment on 11 points, but Croatia play at 5 o'clock in Latvia, so they will go second with a win in that game, draw it, and Wales will stay second on head-to-head record with Croatia. But it is all now coming down to Tuesday night, where even a win over Turkey on the Cardiff City Stadium may not be enough for Rob Page's side to qualify for the Euros automatically. Croatia have got Armenia, meanwhile, at home on Tuesday nights. What a frustrating afternoon, certainly for those Wales fans who travelled, and we can see here in Panteg, in Torfaen, the Wales fans despairing as well, shaking their heads, cursing at the screen, every misplaced pass or shot that went wide or over the bar. Danny Gabardon, what a frustrating afternoon for the fans and for Rob Page's players.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think we were all coming into this game with a lot of kind of hope, a lot of expectation, confidence, obviously with the way we played against Croatia, but we didn't deserve to win, really, did we? I think the effort was there. You couldn't fault the effort from both sets of players, to be fair, because obviously both teams going into the game knew they needed to win it, so both teams were trying to win it right up to the end. Armenia probably looked the more likely in the second half. They probably had the better of the chances, but we just lacked quality tonight. We lacked quality, some of the decision making, how poor we were in possession at times, players just giving the ball away under no pressure, and whether it's the pressure of the game, the magnitude of the game, I don't know, because we saw how good we could play against Croatia. The performance wasn't there. So, we've taken something from the game. I'm going to be a Latvia fan now for the next few hours. But, yeah, not the result we were looking for, and it puts the ball back in Croatia's court now, obviously.
Let's go back to Nathan Blake then, because you can see, Nathan, what's going on there in Yerevan. At the moment, we are seeing highlights, if you want to put it that way, of the game, the 2 goals in that first half. I'm sure the Wales fans, though, dejected there, the Wales players, I'm sure, trudging down the tunnel.
Well, it's not over, is it? It's not. It's there are other opportunities, but they'll feel like they let one go today, because I don't think they played well enough. Like Danny said, I don't think they played well enough to win the game at any stage. They just didn't get going. There did seem to be a lack of urgency. I don't know whether it was a nervousness or what, but they never played to the same sort of degree, or even in the same patterns. You might say, okay, playing at home against Croatia, the crowd and everything, but we didn't see those patterns. You didn't see that 1 and 2 touch. We've seen too many times Kiefer Moore running into positions where you wanted other players really, and getting the ball in the box to him. So overall, it was a below par performance from Wales today. And yeah, the players do look dejected, but I remember speaking to Rob after the World Cup, and a lot of people had their opinions on whether Gareth Bale and what have you should be playing, and Rob always said it's the moments he still brings. And I said to Rob, there's going to be a time when Wales are going to be tested, and they're really going to need that something special to pull out in the bag and get over the line, which is what Gareth had done for Wales on so many occasions. And this was one of those occasions tonight, Ian. They got back in the game through a real fortunate OG. Didn't play well enough, really. Didn't deserve to go in 1-1, but did. But then second half, you're thinking, right, they'll never play to that level again. They're definitely going to step up. Rob even made the changes that we thought could be coming in bringing on Brennan Johnson, but Wales just weren't able to step up to that next level. And in fairness, you have to give Armenia a lot of credit, because they went blow for blow and looked the better than the 2 teams at times. So a lot of thinking for Rob Page to do.
Reaction to come then to that Wales draw in Armenia. We've got to go to Accrington, because Wrexham are coming out for the second half, and at Mansfield in Newport's game. Let's go to Barry Horn quickly. 0-0 against Accrington. Barry, Wrexham doing any better than Wales?
It sounds like quite a similar story from listening to the lads summing up there. Lots of misplaced passes. I would say overall they were probably second best over the 45 minutes, despite having the best chance. Paul Mullen threw on goal, round about the penalty spot, smashed his right-footed efforts against the bar. But I have to say Accrington looked the more accomplished team over the 45 minutes. More composed, fantastic closing down, and Wrexham have made 1 change at half-time. I'll summarise it, commentator talking about that.
Yeah, we'll get that in a moment, Barry, but Kevin Ratcliffe quickly at Mansfield. Newport 1-0 down, a 4th minute goal. Nick Townsend saving a penalty then for County. Tough match, we thought it would be.
Yeah, it's proving tougher and tougher. Really, they just got to hang in there. Keep that 1 goal deficit going, and don't concede another. They were lucky that they didn't with the penalty, but they're still in the game, even though they haven't really played that well.
OK, local FM commentaries of the second half then. Let's send you back to those on FM in the north of Wales. It's Bryn Law leading Wrexham commentary at Accrington, and Mansfield 1, Newport 0. 95.9 FM in the Newport area for the second half of that, with Phil Marsh page, and regular updates on all other frequencies as we react to Wales's draw in Armenia, all here on BBC Radio Wales Sport. So we are continuing the debrief into that draw in Yerevan then. Armenia 1, Wales 1, and where it leaves Wales, well, where it leaves them is that they need to beat Turkey on Tuesday night and hope that Croatia slip up in tonight's game against Latvia and in their game on Tuesday against Armenia. And Armenia will have absolutely nothing to play for if Croatia beat Latvia later. Armenia have got nothing to play for because they can't qualify after that draw with Wales. Nathan Blake, let's just reflect then in a little bit more detail on where Wales are, I suppose. I saw a stat that said that it's been more than 2 years since they came back from behind to win a game, and you scratch your head, don't you, Nathan, wonder why it went the way it did. You heard Rob Page before the match saying, let's get the job done, let's leave it all out there and put everything into this match, but as you described in commentary, it was a poor afternoon.
Yeah, sometimes the occasion can get the better of you, Ian. And as experienced as these players are and what they've gone through, World Cups qualifications and European qualifications and what have you, sometimes the occasion can get the better of you. And like I just said, so often Gareth Bale would step up with something special, Aaron Ramsey steps up with something special. I have to say, they just didn't have it tonight. Brendan Johnson, the change was made. Wasn't a lot. Didn't really impact the game at all coming off the bench. And, all in all, I think you look at that performance today and you think, well, it was below par for Wales, especially after what you've witnessed against Croatia. Conceding an early goal, that was unusual. They haven't conceded in 6 games. Conceded only goal, and then you think, okay, slowly build into the game. Every time you thought, okay, they're gaining a bit of momentum, someone would give the ball away, a poor pass, a poor touch, an overhit cross, and it just, like I said, it was almost as if the occasion got to them tonight, Ian. And they'll be sat in the dressing room now knowing that they haven't performed at their best, and that's what it's about. That's what it comes down to. Can you perform at your very best when it's most needed? And tonight they just fell short. But it's not over till it's over, is it?
It's not over, Danny Gabardon, that is true, but if you scroll through social media you can see the knives are out again for Rob Page and people criticising his tactics. Did he get anything wrong today tactically?
Well, this game was very different to the Croatia one. You look at the Croatia game, I thought Robert Page got it exactly right. The system, the personnel that were playing within that system, what he was asking them to do with and without the ball. The game today was a lot different. They were a different side, Armenia. It was a bit more of a low-tempo game. Armenia played a different system. Wales had to find a different way to break that Armenia team down, and we struggled to do that. It's not just on the manager, you have to look at the players a little bit as well. We didn't play to the levels that we know we're capable of, and as Blakey says, sometimes there's a lot of games you play in as a player that are like that. You're nipping tuck, they're tight, you're not quite at your best, but you need one of your big players to show a moment of...
I think we're having trouble with Danny Gabardon's line there. Nathan Blake, you heard what Danny Gabardon was saying. Sometimes there are games like this when you're a footballer.
Yeah, I just said it, Rob. It's you go out there with all the intentions, the right intentions. Right, the pressure's on. You want to perform to your best, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. There were some players out there. I thought Joe Rodon was fantastic tonight, alongside Ben Davies. I wouldn't say Danny Ward did anything wrong. I think he was quite accomplished and steady at the back there. But, you have to say the front players didn't perform to their best. And that's where the problem was for me. They just didn't, there wasn't enough creativity.
We're back with you, guys, and it's a micro shot here, guys, in Panteg, isn't it, of what people across Wales are going to be looking like and thinking this evening, deconstructing that Wales performance. Where did it go wrong? What could they have done differently? There will be frustration, although, as you say, people will look ahead to Tuesday and think, come on, we can still do it. As you were saying, though, Nathan, there is no Gareth Bale anymore to provide that moment of genius. There is no Aaron Ramsey at the moment, so looking ahead to Tuesday, Do you trust Wales? Do you trust someone to come up with something, as Harry Wilson did against Croatia? Is there that magic there to get Wales the result that they need? Might not be enough, of course.
Well, they've proven they can in the Harry Wilson 2 goals against Croatia. So it's whether or not you can go and repeat it, time and time again, as we've seen with the big man before. It's a difficult ask, Ian. It doesn't just happen because you think it's going to happen. You have to make it happen today. And I said that to Rob in commentary. I feel like we were kind of waiting for someone else to take the bull by the horns and really push us over the line, and it just didn't materialise tonight. So it's a disappointment. I truly believe we'd win. But even on the performance level, the way we got the equaliser, I thought maybe we'll just have one moment of magic and a good cross in, and Kiefer Moore header, or Brennan Johnson sliding in, or Dan James cut inside bend with one moment of magic. But it just wasn't to be. It didn't come. It didn't materialise. And I don't think I couldn't look at Rob Page and say you've done anything wrong. I think he might have been slightly surprised with the formation of the opponent. But then you're an international player. You then on the pitch got to work that out and say, well, they're kind of gone player for player. The space isn't through the central areas. We aren't able to get our 2 sort of wide men dropping inside and making runs over the top. So let's try something else. Let's try and push our fullbacks up wide, get some more crosses in, and the wingers, so to speak, drop a bit deeper, inside a bit deeper, and play into the forward and just change it up a little. But it's almost like the occasion got the better of them tonight. That's how it felt to me, and they look kind of lethargic.